Smart people. Why is it that most of the smart people are either in the streets, in jail, or maybe they are in and out of rehabs? I really did the research. And if you consider yourself smart and you have struggled with addiction for a long time, I want to give you some of the few reasons. Maybe you have somebody, a loved one out there who you believe was smart. One day they were scoring good grades in high school or in primary school or wherever, but now they are wasted. What are some of the reasons as to why most of the smart people either never make it in life, or number two, they never make it out of addiction? Number one, they don't have the Shing mindset. Most of the smart people don't have the Shing mindset, or I call it the lunchbox mentality. What is the Shing mentality? The Shing mentality is the beginner's mentality. You never view yourself as a master. You see, never ever view yourself as a master in any trade. When it comes to addiction, specifically, you should never ever be overconfident. Never ever feel like I can take that sip, like I can smoke again. I mean, everything is okay. You see, one big danger when it comes to recovery is success. Because when you become successful, you can be triggered into thinking that now I can drink. Now I have finally succeeded, so I can drink, I can smoke. You never ever have to have that. Every day, view yourself as a learner. If somebody like Socrates in his deathbed was asked, how much do you know? And he said that the only thing I know is nothing. If a great mind like that, if a great mind like Michelangelo can sit down and say, if you knew how much it takes to be who I am today, you will never call me a genius, then why should you sit down and feel like you're a master? I mean, at the top of one mountain is the beginning of another. So never ever sit down and feel like you're a master. Number two reason as to why smart people never make it out of recovery is that they are too so conservative. They are too safe. They play it too safe in life. When it comes to recovery, sometimes you have to take risky decisions. You have to take tough decisions. Sometimes it might be your spouse, your partner, your job you have to quit. I mean, it requires risky and tough decisions in life. Not only for those who are in recovery, but basically anybody who is in life. Sometimes you have to take risks. Smart people are all about, I mean, they have to used to things work in their favor. You know, from when they were young, everybody was by their side. School system was by their side. So even in life, they think that everything is going to be by their side. No, sometimes in life you have to take risky decisions. You have to quit some relationships you are toxic. But to you, it will take a lot of effort. It will take a lot of pain. Sometimes you have to take some jobs. You have to quit some jobs which are making you drink. I mean, these decisions are risky. Sometimes you have to go and check into a rehab. Sometimes you have to accept that I'm an addict. But most of the smart people, they play it too safe. Number three reason as to why most of the smart people never make it out of recovery is that they overpromise and then they underdeliver. I don't know why most of the smart people are like that. They will give you so much promises. They will tell you how I'm going to deliver this, I'm going to do this and this. But when it comes to delivery, it's zero. So, and specifically when it comes to recovery, you have to if you over promises, make sure you over deliver the same way, because it's a lot of work. It involves a lot of work. I mean, even real life itself. If you are the person who is always telling people how you're going to do this and you never do it. I mean, it will get to a point where people will never believe in you again. You see, so you have to take away that mentality of over promising and not delivering. It's good that you just shut up. Number four reason as to why smart people never make it out of recovery is that they don't have a strong why. They don't have a strong why. You know, a strong why is very important when it comes to recovery. Like for me, every morning I wake up, I'm waking up for my mom, for the mom I lost in addiction. I'm waking up to see a smile on my sisters. I'm waking up to see a smile on my dad. So even if myself, I don't want to wake up, at least I will do it for them. When I see my mom's picture on the wallpaper, it makes me emotional. It makes me walk out there with my full heart because I'm doing it for somebody. I have a strong why. Most of the people quit this journey of recovery because they don't have a strong why. They don't know the reason as to why they are doing it. This is one thing I need you to do today. Write write the name of 3 people whom you love so much, and you're going to do this for them. I mean, if it's your mom, that moment when you feel like drinking again, that moment when you feel like doing the nonsense that you used to do, always remember their name. Always do it for them, even if it's not for you. Number 5 reason as to why most of the smart people never make it out of life is because of having the me mentality. We call it the king versus kingmaker mentality. I mean, most of the smart people are all about me. Even from when they were young, all the teachers were about you. I mean, let's clap for him. Let's celebrate him. I mean, he has been scoring A's. I mean, let's take him on a trip. I mean, all the awards were being given to you. Everybody was clapping for you. Everybody was coming to you for question. If they have questions, they want answers from you. I mean, when it comes to life is not all about you. Sometimes you have to get out of that me box and start thinking about how you're going to act even for others. Most of the legends, Jean-Michel Basquiat, look at Pablo Picasso, you look at Nelson Mandela, you look at Barack Obama, every great was thinking about other people. Woodrow Wilson is one of the guys who talks and says that if you simply wake up for your own self, then you're not living the life. Life is about making decisions which are going to impact generations. Even big companies, people who started big companies, Mark Zuckerberg, Warren Buffett, Sergey Brin, all these people, the reason as to why they become great is because they have something that is enabling and helping the society. And that brings in so much joy if you are doing something that is helping people. And if you're doing it for somebody, even when it's not paying, you still keep on doing it. I mean, even when you're in recovery and it's not paying for the first few days because they're going to be painful, it will keep you pushing even during those tough times. So change that me mentality and push it to, I want to see the society get to be better. The other reason as to why smart people don't make it, this is a tough one. A good one. Number 6, entitlement. Most of the smart people are entitled. I'm smart. They are all about titles. I'm an engineer. Why should I get to a simple program like that? And recovery is simple but not easy. Actually, one thing recovery is all about is that people say it's simple. It's a simple program for the complicated fools. So, it's a simple program for the complicated people. So, if you have that entitlement that I'm an engineer, I know this, I have done this and this. And most of the people who come even into rehab, they tell me, Mark, I've done this program for 5 years. I know everything you're talking about Christianity. Most of the smart people, you will see them even twisting Christianity and giving you Bible verses, which are even including and saying that I don't know, you can drink, you can do this and this. Not realizing that you have to be humble. You have to have humility and understand that to you, alcohol is poison. Others can drink, others can, that entitlement, you have to take it away. That thinking that I am smart, so everything is going to work my way. It's not going to be like that in life. When it gets to the battlefield, it's about who is more prepared. If you're going to a football match, you won't start bringing those who are smarter than the others and then they're the ones who can play. The person who is being awarded is the one who has put in more work and who is ready for that game. The other reason as to why smart people don't make it out of life and recovery is they don't like admitting mistakes. Most of the smart people, because of the pride they have, that me mentality puts you in a cocoon where you don't want to admit mistakes, where you don't want to go through that pain of saying I am sorry. It requires just a sorry in some situations to just solve the issue. Maybe you have an issue with your wife, you drank, you lost your job, you made the company lose a lot of money because of your drinking behavior. It requires just a simple sorry and maybe you're going to get back into your work. But most of us are in such a place where, because everything has been about us from when we were young, we have gotten into a situation where we do not want, any place where we'll have the humility and we'll have stand the humility to just say I'm sorry. The other reason as to why smart people don't make it out of life is they lack a clear vision. Most of the smart people, because they expect everything is going to work their way, they don't even write the vision. It's in recovery. I'm going to get back the job. I'm smart. They can't do it without me. Life has always been about me. The teachers love me. Everybody loves me because I'm smart. So you don't even have a vision. But most of the times in recovery and life, you have to have a vision to get to where you are to. If you are going on a journey to maybe Kisumu or to USA from now, if you don't have a plan for the journey ahead, you might. That's why if you are going to USA and you never had a plan, you realize that if you get to Nigeria, for example, you realize, so Nigeria is this beautiful. And you remain there for a long time, not knowing that you are to go to USA. You see, that's the same thing when it comes to recovery. You easily be triggered. You have to be in such a way in recovery that no amount of distraction can push you away from the goal that you have, which is to have that strong why and have a big life, the one that you have put in your mindset. You start small, but you keep on growing a day at a time. The other reason as to why smart people don't make it out of recovery is that they try to outsmart work. Most of the smart people try to outsmart work. Yes, it's good to be smart. We are all told about, I hear people saying that you smart work. It's not about hard work, it's about smart work. I don't believe in that. Even if we are going to play it smart, the basic entry is hard work. if we are going to do this work, if let's for example, I'm in a business, the hardworking ones are the ones who are going to come in first. That is the factor. That is like it's like you're applying for a job and they say 5 years of experience. So the first person who comes into the job, you have to have 5 years. Then from there, we can pick based on the smart work that you have applied to get to that job. So for 5 years, that is the ultimatum that one has to have that. So even when it comes to recovery, the basic entry requirement for you to stick into recovery is hard work. Then from there, we can start talking about smart work. If you are going to start a company, you have to work hard for many days. Then from there, with the money you get and from the customers you get now, you can start applying smart work from there. So the basic requirement to get into recovery or any other kind of business in life is hard work. So if you're trying to have smart recovery, trying to think that I don't have to work hard, I don't have to apologize, I don't have to keep on doing those steps, I don't have to keep on doing these things that it keep on talking about, then you're on the wrong road. Recovery is about work. And sometimes you're going to work without results. But those who keep on waking up even after seeing no results are the ones who win at the race. The other reason as to why smart people don't make it out of recovery, these points are so amazing, is that they fear adapting. Most of the smart people, it's just the same way as the conservative way. They have been used to everything working their way. When you are smart, you are getting good grades. Sometimes you don't have to study that much like other people. Everything has been working your way. So you're not used to adapting. You see, life, you have to adapt. Sometimes you're going to be in environments that you never wanted to be in. You're going to find yourself in a relationship that maybe you thought this person was like this. You're going to find yourself in a school where you thought, this has to happen. But a simple prayer that we do every time now and again in recovery is that God may grant me the serenity to accept the things which I cannot change, and have the courage to change those which I can change. So that is the same thing when it comes to adapting. You find yourself that you lost a girl or a guy whom you thought that you're going to date for the rest of your life, but then you realize that they are in another relationship. If you don't adapt, very soon you're going to lose that job. If you lost somebody, grief is part of the journey. I lost my mom. If I didn't adapt, I wouldn't be who I am today or where I am today in life. I was still be in that position. So life is about adapting day in, day out. And if you can adapt, you can be in recovery. And lastly, the reason as to why most people don't make it out of recovery, smart people specifically, or life, is that they don't want to get their hands dirty. In recovery, you have to get your hands dirty. You lost your job, nobody can employ you in the market because you have destroyed your reputation. And one thing that most of the addicts have done is destroying their reputation. One of the things that most of the people have done out there is destroying their reputation. So if you can't get your hands dirty, maybe you are an engineer or a lawyer, you have to start maybe working in a construction site initially. And then people can start trusting you in the end. It's not that you're going to work in the construction site for the rest of your life, but you can start there. Then people can start realizing that this guy, it's true, he quit drinking, he quit doing this and this. Before your family can trust you and give you maybe money, they have to first see that you are doing something in your life. If you can get your hands dirty, which most of the smart people do, they just want those big jobs. Even outside life, if you think you are smart and you have no experience, you just graduated the other day. This life, man, you have to walk out there and do whatever it takes before you can do whatever you are meant to do. You see, that's life. So if you can't get your hands dirty, then recovery is not for you and good life is not for you. So I believe that message is important for somebody. If you are a smart person and some of these things touched you, or if you're in the streets or jail or wherever you are and you have been in addiction, please get the opposite of these things and make the decision today that you want to quit. Because you're already sober and you deserve a good life. And there is nothing good that addiction life will give you. And there is nothing good that recovery won't give you. Keep on keeping on. You're already sober. Remember, Booker T. Washington said that in this life, success is not about the position you hold. It's about the obstacles which you went through before getting to that position. I love you. Keep on keeping on. Thank you.